We have with us here today Jason Lanoha, head of Lanoha, which is a real estate development company. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's quite an honor.
Well, it's an honor to have you here, and we hear you've been a little bit busy lately.
We're trying to stay busy. We're trying to match your all's efforts to grow Omaha.
Well, and if you're not sure what we're talking about, folks, Lanoha is the developer of the 44-story Mutual of Omaha future headquarters tower. And Jason, we want to spend a little bit of time on that project, certainly redefining the look of the city. Maybe we could start with where are we with it right now and give us kind of a progress report.
Yeah, sure. So where we're at now is the tallest piece you'll see of it is the shear core, which will be topping out here in September. Steel's chasing it up. That will finish out by the end of the year, and Enclosure's chasing that up as well.
So you're on the 42nd floor, and you're going to be 44?
It's 44. Our floor to floors, it's deceiving because our floor to floors are very big, so they're 15 feet. Our top floor is a double height floor, and then the canopy or the enclosure wraps up taller. So it's 44 levels, but it's taller than.
So most towers are around 12 foot of floor, maybe.
Yep.
And so why did they choose to go 15? Just because they're...
Well, we did a couple things. One, we're big believers in there's certain things you can change in a building, right? You can change out carpet and all these things. Changing the floor-to-floor height can't happen. Doing the proper enclosure, right? So those things are important to get natural light in. Also, what is very interesting about this building that doesn't exist around here is on most of the workplace floors, we have an underfloor air system. So instead of all your duct work, the saying is don't share your air. And we remember we were designing this post-COVID. It's the first major post-COVID office building in Omaha. But it allows you have a 12-inch platform that everyone works on top of basically, and it's pressurized. And so it's very flexible for future space. And so
people can shut off their vents and stuff.
Yeah, it's literally a little diffuser. But what's great about it too is it's super flexible, right? So if you have a floor that's open airspace or open offices, and then in 5 years you want to put the legal team there and build a bunch of offices, you're not redoing any of the duct work or anything. So keeps everything nice and clean. But yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, well, I'm going to ask a couple specifics about where we are with the building right now. So we talked about floors. Any estimate as to how many feet tall the sheer tower is right now and how much we have to go before it reaches maximum height?
Yeah, so we will reach maximum height on that in September. So
okay.
We're a month out from that. So it will finish out. The building finished out 677. I should know where the core finishes out. It's a little below that. I just don't know that answer. And what's fun is that tower crane builds itself up. It's a self-jumping tower crane, and then it will actually take itself back down at the end of the project. But that's got one more major jump to go. But what's cool about that is that will finish out at 750 feet high.
Oh, wow. What's it right now, about 700?
It'd be about 700.
We're talking about the tower crane. The building will be 677 feet high. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you mentioned you got a couple more floors to go, and the top floor will be a double height floor.
Yep.
But there's a little, you called it like a crown or something, so it'll actually be even a little taller than the top floor then when it's all said and done.
Absolutely.
Quite a bit, won't it?
Quite a bit. And so one, that's architectural feature, right, to continue the facade because the building somewhat tapers. But it's also a very nice way of hiding all the air handling gear.
Mechanical.
What's their plan for signage in this thing? It's all glass. So will there be a big Mutual of Omaha?
Yes. Yeah. We've gone through and got that all approved at the city. So there will be some signage up there. I suppose there'll be some nice shots from the CWS and ESPN every year of the lion in the building.
Our own Brad Williams.
I love that.
Has made friends with the crane operators and stuff, and he's taking some amazing photos that you've probably seen on our channel.
I think we're going to start charging them royalties.
He's
the crane operator. Wait till he starts charging us.
Yeah.
So, Jason, any surprises? I mean, it's not very often we get a skyscraper in Omaha.
Yeah.
What has surprised you about the project, or anything unexpected that people might find interesting?
Sure.
To hear?
Well, as you have probably paid attention to since COVID occurred, the markets for labor, material, and pricing, and now tariffs, and it's been a lot to navigate. And I'm very thankful we got a great team and a proactive team that we're out there buying like raw steel in advance to hedge and do all these other things. So that was challenging. I'll tell you the other part that's challenging about building a skyscraper like that in a city like Omaha is, as you'd mentioned, Jeff, we don't build many of them. So the pool of tradespeople that build these are not necessarily in Omaha. Now, at the same time, though, we all collectively between Lanoha, the design team, and most importantly, Mutual of Omaha, we wanted to keep as many of these dollars here locally. So we really fought hard. That was probably the biggest challenge. We kept about 75% of the dollars. I think it's 73%. 73% of this building, the dollars are spent with local folks, and which is huge, right? That's how you keep those tax revenues here and flowing. So that was probably the biggest challenge, where you have a deeper sub base that builds towers in fill in the blank Chicago, let's say. Mm-hmm. But we have a great team. We were able to navigate it, and I'd say we're very happy where we're at.
Everything's
today.
on track?
Everything's on track, absolutely.
And so Lanoha is the developer, Mutual of Omaha is the client.
Yep.
How does that relationship work? obviously, you and Mutual have to work pretty hand in glove on a project. How do you work with Mutual?
Well, one, you have the sponsors of the project, the leadership, James Blackledge and Rick Rabchek, so CEO and CFO. And then they have a wonderful core team assigned to it, and our job essentially is to deliver them everything they want at the best value. So it's let's say we've all been together every day for about 5 years now.
You know each other well.
We know each other well.
And Jason's overinsured with his life insurance.
Well,
his whole neighborhood.
My wife insured that. Yeah.
We're talking with Jason Lanoha from Lanoha, which is developing the Mutual of Omaha Tower. But Jason, let's go just a little bit west. And when Mutual moves into the tower, they're going to be leaving behind a pretty big complex in Midtown, right along the streetcar line. What are your thoughts and plans so far, at least as far as you can say, about the old Mutual campus?
And you're the master developer, obviously.
Yep.
And are you going to do the whole thing, or are you going to piece it off?
Yeah, we will acquire all the ground from Mutual of Omaha.
How big is that campus?
That's a heck of a question. Big?
Huge.
Huge?
We'll take it.
Well, so Jeff and Trenton, a quick little background. So when we started this whole project, we called Project Beacon, which most people know is the tower downtown. But there was there are three legs to that made the whole thing happen. One was obviously the tower downtown. Two is what can happen in this Midtown campus. And then three was, we were adjacent to, but big proponents of the streetcar connecting all of it. So what we are calling Midtown Forward, and it's not a name of a project, it's just our internal efforts. We are master planning out everything essentially from 480 to 36th Street. So that will include, there are quite a few vacant parking lots. There are 3 parking structures that the city of Omaha just acquired that will serve as essentially the main park and ride hub along the streetcar, and will allow us to build more density in there. But so we're really thinking forward what we can do there. And our main goal, as we were talking before the show, is there aren't many places in Omaha where you can really strive to add real new jobs to the market. Taking a swath of land, and I call it some of the best dirt in the state, with now some public transportation being built along it, all the major employers. We think this is our shot to do that. We think it's our duty to do it. And so it might take a little longer, but we're very focused on getting together all the right private and public folks together to help actually bring new jobs and companies to Omaha.
Will most of the structures stay?
Yeah, so there are obviously a number of parking structures, but the 2 main structures I'm assuming you're referring to are Mutual's current office buildings. So the building south along Farnham Street is still a wonderful office building. I foresee that being an office building for a long, long time.
It's already mixed tenants to already.
It is. But it's a really good building. It'll fit a nice slice of the market of.
Will the dome stay?
Yeah, and then so if we're jumping on the north side of Farnham, the current HQ is well, as we said, it's huge, and it's been built on for over 100 years. I believe 5 times. So technically 4 buildings, but one of them was built. The tower piece is built in 2 phases. That's a more challenging building. That's never going to be an office building again. We all know that. But what we think, though, is that it's too important of a building for it to go away. And so, we firmly believe it needs to stay and it will stay. We are going through, and I'm going to leave out a few details because I don't want to get ahead of other folks, but we are actively master planning out, underwriting, budgeting, what's going to happen in that building, including the dome. And so we're excited to announce some stuff later this year on that.
A lot of people don't realize that there's office space and storage space under Dodge Street.
Yeah, it's a huge building. I mean, tunnels, multiple cores. It goes 2 levels below the dome, so 3 total levels below the dome. There's a lot of space.
I want to. We only have a few minutes left with Jason Lanoha, and I do want to go out west to the Row at Heartwood Preserve. You want to give us a little update about what's happening there?
Yeah. So we broke ground on our first building, 120,000 square foot mixed use building. Olson Associates, their old name. Olson has been both a great partner and anchor tenant for the building. So that thing's screaming forward. They're going to be in there in the first half of next year. And actually on Thursday or Friday, we started standing the first precast panels for the first parking structure out there. We recently announced a 160-key Marriott Autograph brand hotel right adjacent to it, which we're very excited about.
Is there a name for it? I'm great with names.
Yeah, any suggestions?
The Lanoha.
No, that will not happen.
The Ohano.
We're down to there you go. Back. It's like the Exarban thing.
Yeah.
There you go. We're down to a few names, and we're working through some trademark things to make sure we can actually have those names. But our goal there is to have it be the best hotel in Omaha, and I really mean that. So we have a 6th-floor rooftop bar, a 2nd-floor outdoor pool. So we're really trying to bring some of the things that you see in larger markets to Omaha.
Do you think it'll be open in 2 years or?
Well, that is quite a debate right now with all of our consultants. They want to take more time than we want to give them. So,
Funny how that happens.
Yeah. That's a pretty good target, yes.
So when we're talking about the Row, we're talking about the middle of Heartwood Preserve, because Heartwood Preserve itself is 500 acres that goes from Applied Underwriters headquarters to Dodge.
Yep.
And so this, as I understand it, Jason, will be a very walkable mixed-use development right in the middle.
Absolutely. So, to your point, 550 acres, spearheaded and the vision of Applied Underwriters, which have been wonderful partners to us and I think of the city. And then, yes, we're building what's called the downtown of it. So parking structures, walkable community, trying to build something that doesn't exist in Omaha.
Parking structures are expensive.
They are. Cars are expensive in general. When can we get away from these things?
It might be coming.
I hope you're right, because parking structures are expensive. We all talk about we want these great walkable cities, but meanwhile we need to take every other block and put parking on it. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, well, and that is one of the reasons we're so excited about what you guys are doing downtown, midtown, streetcars. And Jason, I'm afraid we're going to have to cut this off today, but we need to have you back. Maybe we could have you on, in a few months, and you can give us kind of an update, and maybe we'll even know even more about the Midtown Mutual Campus.
I'm in. I would love to do it. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Jason Lanoha, head of Lanoha Development and Real Estate Company, talking about the 2 mutuals and Heartwood Preserve.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.